Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your resident Tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Now, this week it looks like we're going to be continuing on with our rather slower momentum through September, which honestly is still greatly welcomed to give us a chance to kind of recoup fully from the busyness of that we had through August. However, despite that, we are finally getting the debut and release of a long-awaited bot that we've been teased at for quite some time. It's the Big Beef themselves, and for that big reason, I have named this week's episode High Stakes, pun of course intended. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started into what was announced in this week's video. First of which is this week's gacha banners that are going live. First of which is the new beef type, BEF0, and I do apologize if I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but I'm going to try. Hodo Yoishi Mofuri, with a kit of Meteor, Double Break Hammer, Tank Legs, and the leg ability of Adversity. Now, alongside of this, Big Beef, as I'm simply going to call it, is debuting a brand new attack to the game, Meteor. This has been teased in previous videos and in previous announcements on the official Medarot channel, but this week it officially is going live, and I will be touching base on that in the individual breakdown video here coming sometime soon after this one. On top of that, we also are getting a rerun for the Onihime type, Sada Sashina Hime, or simply for short, Sada Hime, with a kit of Dominion, Effect Clear, and Hold, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Browbeat. Now, it's going to be really nice seeing these two. Sada Hime especially has a very handy kit between her head and legs, absolutely. But like I said, I will go into detail much more detail in the individual videos following this main one for the announcements. So if you are interested, do stay tuned, and you should see those go up sometime relatively shortly upon official launch and publishing of this video. On top of that, we were also announced for this week's Fierce Battles, which are Cyan Dog, DOG0, with a kit of Triple Rifle, Biped, and the leg ability Clairvoyance, GRM0 Wild Ukan, with a kit of Rifle, Double Hammer, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Radiator, and KAP01 Kappa Lord, with Beam, Double Anti-C, Sea Legs, and of course the Forester ability. Now, of the three Fierce Battles we have this week, arguably none of them really offer anything super powerful or overly highly sought after to the table compared to most other Fierce Battles we may see, such as Shuport's Power Rifle, but in their own way, each bot does actually offer something very handy to the table that makes them worth going after, at least to cap up to 3-star at the very minimum. But if I had to rank a MVP of the week, if you decide to not do anything else in game, I'd probably argue Cyan Dog would probably be the MVP of the week, and if not him, perhaps Kappa Lord, just for the sake of having the Sea Legs raised with an alternative ability as a backup, as more or less. Now, however, with the announcement of Big Beef, we do have an announcement incoming for a new and limited event. I'm not necessarily going to call it an event per se. They technically were labeled it as a collab, but because of the details of it and that not a lot has been necessarily been given yet, I'm more inclined to call it an event as of current. But it is Medarot collabing with the Tokyo Lane Beef Restaurant with the release of Big Beef themselves. For the restaurant side, there are some limited rewards and discounts to redeem for particular dishes that are being launched. On game side, we'll be seeing a limited challenge and a limited dungeon that we can challenge for rubies, resources, and much more. Not a lot of details have been given on this yet, but I am more than confident that it is likely going to be point-based or ticket-based. So very likely picking up the full set or even just one piece of it would probably be the highly recommended idea and plan of action for if you plan to pull for Big Beef or Sada Hime. But more details on that closer to Thursday as they come out and as the event does officially go live. But based on what I have been reading here, we will be seeing this collab for quite some time, approximately 9/9 when the new week goes live, closer to the end of November. So we might have quite some time to go with this. If not that, at the very end of September, at the very earliest, we might see this event end if it decides to officially take off and close for good. But again, more details on that to follow closer to when the event does officially go live. Not only that, we were also announced and teased another upcoming chapter for Story Mode Arc 4. So, of course, for all those that are running high and dry for rubies and need to restock, this is your chance. And on top of that, they also announced a teaser for a brand new model that seems to be incoming that will be showing up in this chapter. I'm anticipating, based on the silhouette, it does look to be some kind of cat type. Maybe it could be a returnee, maybe like Put Cat. Or even a brand new cat type, not 100% sure. I can only make educated guesses at this point, but I am anticipating a brand new one. But that aside, I am still very much so looking forward to seeing the official details once they do officially go live, and we see that official chapter coming soon. Not only that, we were also given more progress on the 1/12 Gashapon superimposable Medarot series. Up to this point, we have had only one box and maybe one mini set. The first box, of course, has the more iconic ones like Metabee, Rokusho, and God Emperor in it. But this new set that is incoming will have, as listed here, Kurojil, Warbonnet, Grand Beetle, Saint Nurse, Peppercat, Shinzon, Keith Turtle, Sonic Stag, Blazer Mate, and the last model that has been confirmed for this set of 10 will be the female Tin Pet to add to the line. So it's going to be a very exciting box to get a hold of. I absolutely am going to be looking for this thing when it goes live, purely so I can get my boy Croto-Jill and add to my collection with that. Price, however, has not quite been announced yet because this box is still in development now that the roster of it has been completed, and it is scheduled officially to go live and launch sometime in fall 2021. More details on that to come closer to release date and as we get more information, so do stay tuned for that, and I'll be sure to keep you guys in the know for anything that develops on this, or of course anything else with the series leading up to that point and beyond. Once again, we are also continually looking for translators for any kind of translation project we have, manga or game related. So if you have any knowledge in Japanese, coding, or cleaning and have some time on your hands, we are more than appreciative of any effort or time that you'd be willing to donate to the cause. Currently, a lot of efforts are going toward the Medarot 3 translation patch, as well as collecting chapters and translating current chapters of the Medarot Reloaded manga. So if you have some time on your hands and like to donate to a cause, we are more than appreciative of any time that you'd be willing to assist us with. And if you have any questions on anything that needs help or any perhaps maybe picking up momentum for another project, feel free to reach out to us on our Discord server in the link provided below, or you can reach out to me privately on Twitter, and we're more than happy to get you up to speed with everything that needs done and get you in touch with the right people that can bring you all the information that's needed on what exactly needs done in that particular instance. Aside from all that, I believe that covers everything for this week's episode. So not super busy compared to what we've seen in the past. Just kind of a standard episode, I guess, which is nice, like I said, because it does mean a slower week. We do have an event incoming, but it is still a little slower, a little more easy-paced, which, as I said, is still greatly welcome to give us a chance to recoup and relax after how busy that August was with all the collabs and events, just one right after the other. But if you'd like to know more, you can follow us below at the Medarot News Network on Facebook, or the Metabots Forever community as well. You can also follow us on Discord and join our community at the link provided and in the description below. You can also follow me privately on Twitter at Isagamikura, so if you have any questions or comments, you're more than welcome to reach out. I'm more than open to any kind of feedback or suggestions or ideas that you might have for my current format of videos, or anything that you might suggest I could probably do in future videos. Currently, it was suggested to me that I could do a series of virtual tour videos that actually allow me to walk you through particular menus of the game for those that maybe not be so manual savvy, I guess, and need just a visual representation of everything that's going on. So more than happy to assist with that. I just need to know that the interest is indeed there for it before I do proceed forward with that endeavor. But if you do have that or any other ideas, feel free to reach out. I'm more than open to anything at this point as a way for me to give back to the community. On top of that, you can also give these other fine folks a follow as well. Edu4 or Calidori or the Metabots OOC pages on Twitter. Again, fantastic art, wonderful friend of mine, and very hilarious page to follow as well. If you need some Metabots in your feed on Twitter, so definitely give that fine friend a follow. Also give Metabots Daily a follow as well for your daily Medarot fact and your Medarot of the day, also to add to your Twitter feed. But aside from all of that in this week's episode, I do appreciate you guys all again for stopping by. It's always happy to have you in for a visit. Until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.